Hey, happy early morning to you guys. Oh, you'll probably see it in the evening, but I usually been right now trying to film in the morning because it's actually doable the first few hours, first like 3 hours of the day, and then I'm done. And also I'm still healing a bone spur in my foot and the cortisone shot. I did the whole works, but it still hurts, after you work too long on it. So anyhow, I need to do some things that have a big impact, or at least uh, make me happy when I walk out here, because seeds are great, planting is great, all that's necessary, but it's like I need to walk out here and see that I'm actually making progress and doing work. So I have right here behind me a butterfly bush, or vine, technically vine, and I wanted to pull some of these flowers off of it and start collecting and drying them. And so it's decided to go all over my poor little Arbequina olive tree right here, which needs planting. I'm still trying to figure out where I need to put this because it's going to get quite big. And anyhow, so I wanted to pull several of these and perhaps put them with dinner tonight. Such a beautiful blue flower. Hold on, if we go in the shade, but it looks kind of purpley in the sun, doesn't it? There you go. See the true blue? Isn't it gorgeous? Butterfly pea. If you don't have one, they're pretty easy to grow. And if you have a trellis, even better. They really love to climb. They have a climbing habit. And yeah. So I don't need oh my goodness, the bushes, this vine is actually 2 years old. It didn't do too much last year because it came in very late in the season, as far as blooming. And wow, yeah, that'll be enough. I don't need too many. But anyhow, I guess it survived. We had such a mild winter. It survived the winter. And now, I didn't think it could compete really well with this Lady Margaret passion vine, but it's doing its fair share of competing. It's doing great. And while we're here, I just want to give a little special shout out. This is my Mexican cream guava, and I cut it back. Now I wish I had cut it even harder, but I did prune it back, and it's got all this new growth, like a foot's worth in just a month. This is pineapple guava, which always I forget to mention in the videos quite frequently. So anyhow, as I mentioned, this is Lady Margaret passion vine. She has red flowers on her, which are still waking up. It takes a little while for them to wake up in the morning. And she is perennial. She makes fruit, but the fruit is not good on the inside. It's more like a just puffy cotton. And but I still really love this for the pollinators, especially the Gulf fritillary. And I'm just they say hummingbirds, although I haven't caught a hummingbird here, but I suppose anything's possible. It's not like I just sit out here. Well, anyhow, she has gotten especially smart. I don't know how plants know how to do this. There is easily maybe a 3 to 4 foot gap between these two cattle panels, and she has managed to go all the way over and across. And I have this ladder here because I've been photographing. Right there is Mama Cardinal, and she's got a beautiful nest and everything, so I've been standing on the ladder photographing her once in a while. But anywho, the passion vine is coming onto the ladder now, so we have to put this in some serious check, and that'll make me happy, even if that's the only thing I get done today. Although I hope to get more done, but if that's all I get done, that's all I get done. At some point hunger's going to set in. I try to garden before I eat breakfast, just because it's easier with all the bending over and stuff. So I just happened to see, while I was talking to you, look at all the star fruit coming due that's starting to turn yellow. Oh, it won't be long. Really won't be very long. Yeah, look at that one. I think that one might have breakfast, tomorrow morning's breakfast on my name all over it. This is Seminole Pumpkin, and I'm getting tons of male blooms. I haven't gotten any further with that. She's up in there. We won't disturb her. Actually, I don't see her tail feathers, but I'm sure she's up there. I just can't see her. Buddy, what did you find? Should we get to work? All right, I think I may go ahead and sit you guys up like this.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play.
Okay, you guys, I have been working about an hour, which equates to a lot in this humidity, and I'm getting ready. My stomach's ready to eat and have a cup of coffee. But this is my cattle panel tunnel in the food forest. It's comprised of 5 16-foot cattle panels that have just been rounded over and held in stake by T-posts. So when we first smoothed out the, removed the trees, smoothed out the land, we went to go buy cattle panels. And I said, I want 5. And Jack said, no, you need 10. And I'm like, I'll never use 10. But we made this cool tunnel immediately. That's the first thing we put in back here. And wow, I mean, it just, I went to town with putting up climbing beans, but then, I did this little thing to see if I could eat off my land, kind of like Rob Greenfield, if you know who he is. And I realized I was sorely missing permaculture. So then we went out, we bought grapevines, we bought passion vines, we bought all sorts of fruit trees and banana trees. And just, slowly, I'm not saying I did it in one trip. It took like 1.5 years, 2 years to do that. And I'm still really doing that. But anyhow, so this is the Maypop passion vine that still remains here. Over here is the jumbo muscadine, and I think I might have pruned it back a little too hard last year, and it's finally coming back. It looks good, but I probably won't prune it back as hard this year. This would be it's been in the ground probably 3 years now, and it's still pretty small, but I think I've heard that muscadines are slow to fruit. This is the Maypop fruit, passion vine fruit. Now this one is good. This was a little slow because I had to find some babies that traveled in the yard and stick them on the cattle panel. I still have lots of grass to take care of over here. I didn't do as much work as I wanted to in I call this a smoothie garden. Let me get out, stop creating a shadow. So this is smoothie. It has blueberries, pineapples in it. It had roselle in it at one point, and of course the passion flower. My tongue's tied. But what's going on is there is Virginia creeper in there in a couple of spots, and of course I can do better over here where there's just grass, but I cannot touch passion vine. I cannot touch Virginia creeper at all, or else it's a really bad month on steroids. I just am one of those small percentage of people that's really fortunate to be allergic to it. Some people could just, like, my husband can touch it all day long and the oils never bother him. But I have that fair, freckly skin, and so I'm one of the sensitive ones. So also what I have over here is a lot of this. I wanted to say it was caladiums, but it's not. If you guys know the name of this vine, oh, sorry, that's pretty, but not good, just view. Okay, that's going up my tree. Let me know in the comments. So this is another thing that I'm allergic to, and Jack will pull this out, but I needed to start the process where I made access for him. And the beautyberry was just starting to turn ripe, but it's in the way. In fact, I need to get a shovel and dig the whole thing out. It's not in a good place. I have other beautyberry in that corner of the garden. I actually have it in a couple. It grows wild in my yard, let's put it that way. So anyhow, what I have done is started making an access way for Jack to, let me get back out again, create space for him to start pulling these vines this weekend. So, and these are little tripping hazards. I have got to get rid of those. I pulled a lot of this one particular weed here. That's what it is. I don't know what the name of it, but I have it and it's easy to pull out. So I did that just to kind of get me started, and so I wasn't discouraged right from the get-go. And I kind of raked this, although I did not take the time to sweep it because I'm just going to really dirty it again. I just wanted the bulk of the pine needles off of here so I could feel like I had a walkway again while I was going back and forth making passes. This right here is a Summit muscadine grape, and it is also way healthier this year than it was last year, and it's reaching and stretching, which is another reason to remove the beautyberry, because I may let this cross over to this cattle panel. Oh, sorry, that sun is nice and strong this morning. And we have a rope here. It used to have little ladybugs on it. As you can see, something was on it, but they have since rested, and I hope that the vines can kind of cross over. I really don't mind that. And it looks like the Summit muscadine is going to come on over here. I have my papaya in the back. I still, maybe tomorrow I can get to the Mexican, or tonight, get to the Mexican sunflower and make some fertilizer out of it. That is high on my priority list. So also very high on my priority list is to get whatever this is. It's not caladium, but it's like caladium, and maybe this one's caladium. I have several varieties. They grow wild in my yard. They've been here since I moved in 15 years ago. But I want to get it out, but I want to be sure. This looks like it could be a weed, but it isn't. This is, here, let me remove this part. This is Piper nigrum, which is black peppercorn that I'm trying to train up the trellis. And of course it's competing very heavily. And anyhow, I just want to make sure that it has plenty of room to grow and eat and, you know, get nutrition and stuff like that. So I got to get all these, whatever this is, it's just taking over the food forest. In spite of having longevity spinach, I got African potato man. I've of course got my elderberry right there that seems to pop up babies everywhere. This is elderberry shoot, spin-off shoot. This is also elderberry spin-off shoot. This one I will leave. It's in a good place for me. It's being wrapped by potato vine. You know, the air potato things, you guys. And then there's a volunteer baby oak that needs to come out tonight. So there, you can see that tree a little bit better right there. So this is cattle panel number 2. And I want to tack up these vines a little bit as well. Moringa, my moringa baby, oh my goodness, goes all the way to the sky. And I'm really happy about that. I will probably take a good 6-7 feet off of it here soon, but that's definitely not a high priority. I'm just happy to see it thriving in the food forest. I had another one, and it grew, but then it got hit by a frost, so it was not happy where it was, and then it started getting shaded out by the Lady Margaret. So this one has found its new place. It's got all sorts of sun that it can reach for, and it's just a good gap to fill right here between this extra wide space between the cattle panels 2 and 3. Now I'm I'm not going to go any further. Oh, you guys, that is such a thumbnail. She's up in the nest right now, and I think she's checking me out. She's looking straight at us. So we won't go and mess with her anymore. I will tell you that this grapevine right over here, that right there is it the red? No, it's the green Thompson grape. So, and I really expected that one to fruit this year, and it just didn't. And I also lost the red Thompson grape, which is on other cattle panels. So I do have a backup plan for that. I have other grapes, plus I have other ideas. I was thinking about something floral too, like the climbing alamanda is kind of by the oak tree, and I was thinking maybe of moving it over here. But it's kind of aggressive too, so that might not be a great idea. So let's go to cattle panel number 5, and I opened up this archway. It's really beautiful, and it's got the butterfly pea here and the passion vine here. It's flanked by you can't even see that one, but there's pineapple there, and there's one now too, you know, because it had a pup. Again, I just lightly raked the walkway. I cleaned up the bromeliads on the side. This is called oyster plant. It actually has a lot of names. Moses in the cradle, because it has a little white flower. Of course, I'm not going to see it because, oh, there it is. There you go. Let me remove all this so you can get a better view. See how it's 2 flowers like in the center of this cradle? So that's why they call it Moses in the cradle. So it was creeping all the way over to the guava and into the, this is a, which one is this? Alachua grapevine, which absolutely, see, this one needs to move because it's getting shaded out by these 2 other vines. So this would be a good one to move over here to this cattle panel. This is where the red Thompson type of grape was, and it is completely died off. Now I also have another Piper nigrum peppercorn plant here, which will get nice and big. So I probably won't put it on this side, but I may go ahead and move that grape over to here or just somewhere else in the yard. I don't know. This guava is quite happy where it's at, so it may keep the grape in shade, which we don't want. And then the star fruit is also doing really good job of growing. I have some volunteer Everglades in here, and then the African potato mint. Thank you to a viewer and somebody who we exchanged plants, and she gave me that. Well, I was trying to give her plants, but she gave something in return, which was so sweet. So it's thriving right there, and I may need to break it up and move it, you know, to various, you know, add it to other parts of the food forest, which is great. The food forest still needs lots of stuff. Here is my peanut butter tree. I don't know if you can see that, but there are some orange peanut butter pieces up there. I ate about 3 of the fruit the other day, and I tried to give it to Jack. I couldn't give it to him. He didn't want no part of a fruit that tastes like peanut butter. He wants peanut butter to be peanut butter. And this is going to be another day. This is usually a day unto itself, and as you see, it desperately needs it. There are actually citrus trees in there, a rose, turmeric, miracle fruit, and a bromeliad that's going to go because I don't think I like that there. I have the same bromeliad over that way. So yeah, this needs a good clean out. Maybe the day I do the Mexican sunflower, I'll have time to do this as well. I do have my little trap over here. This is the corner I'm trying not to show you, but I do have a possum or something that has come in over here, but obviously he's come and gone, and he's not back because the trap's been out for a solid week and he's not coming into it. So, and way back there I have Turk's cap hibiscus, which needs a lovely big prune. Again, just need a little bit more energy than I got this morning. You can already hear the cicadas out like crazy. This is my red rupee grapefruit, which has been producing for like 3 years now. It's a great tree. In fact, I could probably take that stake out of there. It's probably not even being used anymore. And I could use it with the roselle for this if we get a hurricane. It's almost hurricane season, y'all. It's August. I mean, anytime they could start spinning off like death rays off the coast of Africa. So another reason for me to get out here is start taking weight off of these trellises and plants and staking things up. So yeah, if you're not preparing for hurricanes before a hurricane gets here, you may be behind the curve. Oh, I need to do more. I need to do more. Don't we gardeners always say that? We got so much more to do. But that's it for now. This is where I'm going to end the video. I may continue to work after breakfast or whatever until the sun gets on here. Or I may just put my foot up for a little bit and let it rest and finally heal. But I did want you to see that some progress is starting to happen out here across the whole garden. And we're going to also get all the not cattle panels. We're going to also get all the tomato cages and the dead tomatoes out too. I already filled 2 garbage cans. I have a third waiting. I got to bring the cans in from outside the gate. And then I'm going to have to start turning towards burning because I have got a lot of stuff that needs to go and get out of here and disappear very quickly. And burning is a great way. So anyhow, you guys take care. God bless. And I will see you for the next video. Bye-bye.